Hey everybody, Al Puglisi Trains. This is going to be part 2 of Steve Sherrill's layout. Don't miss part 1 if you're just seeing this video. Part 1 is a walkthrough and Steve talks about the layout. And this we're going to run some trains and talk a little bit about dead rail. So let's have some fun. Wow, Steve, all these are dead rail, which means they're not getting power from the track. They're battery powered, correct?
Correct.
And most of these have their batteries on board, correct?
Exactly. This is an MRC Genie with sound.
Uh-huh.
And I can change the sounds, the bells, the horns, and everything from this little controller that I have in my hand.
Yeah, let me show the folks that little controller. Did you make this?
No. This is MRC made this.
Okay.
For DCC operation, but we intercepted the power for the rails and changed it out to power from battery.
From battery on the locomotive.
And MRC didn't even know it. We approached them about the possibility. Their engineering department still doesn't know what we're talking about.
So the power is in the locomotive, not the track.
That's correct.
And you never need to worry about cleaning the track?
Never.
You never need to worry about any of that?
You do have to charge the batteries, yes.
Yes. And how long can this little booger run on a normal charge?
Oh, a couple hours.
A couple hours. And let's look at some more. Let me pause this one. Now, Steve, explain to the folks watching, what is On30 versus On36?
Okay, it's an O scale, and that's 148.
Okay.
And it's 30 inches between the rails.
Okay.
And luckily we can use the HO track because that equates out to 30 inches between the rails. Okay.
And that was the beauty of On30, that you could essentially use the HO track but with wider spacing of the ties and larger ties.
And some of the earlier HO modelers just took their HO structures,
right,
and often used their layouts.
Right, and they would use
it right to On30.
And they would some of the HO structures they'd use in the background for smaller, you know, for force perspective, and would just simply use the O scale narrow gauge, you know, like models to run on it.
Yes.
And then the O36 is actually 3 foot wide narrow gauge.
Correct.
In O scale.
Absolutely right.
All right. Well, let's pause it and see what else we're going to run.
Okay.
While Steve's getting some other locomotives ready, I'll give you some little mini scenes on the layout that are beautiful that we might have walked by too quickly when we did our walkthrough. Here's an interesting little climax. And we got this little climax. Now, this climax, who made this climax?
Lockman.
And she doesn't have sound, but now you could put sound in it if you wanted to, I guess.
Good, yes. Yes.
Pretty little guy. Very smooth. Again, all battery powered. And you don't have to worry about powering the track.
Nope.
These are some of the other locomotives Steve has that all are battery powered and can run for hours on a charge. Some additional engines here. Just beautiful.
Coming up.
And we're ready to run another. Let's see what we got. Oh, here comes one. All right, got her. It's pretty. So some have sound and some don't, depending on. It's a cool little engine. Now, tell us about the throttle you got there, Steve. Did you make these throttles or what?
Bob Gelmacher made this throttle.
Uh-huh.
He took the guts out of the race car, made a certain modifications, and put it in the box. Okay, so he upgraded the potentiometer and put the lights on it and everything. So it's a much more familiar type operation for model railroaders.
And that was, how long ago was that you've been doing these?
A year and a half ago.
Okay. Now that's different than Blue Nami. That's a different setup. This is just, just pretty basic battery powered stuff.
Yes.
Transferred out of some of these battery powered cars onto trains, really.
Yeah. So.
And I think I hear another one getting ready to run. In the meantime, just getting some shots. Let's see what we got, Steve. Now you got another controller here. Is that another throttle that somebody made for you?
No, that's a straight out of the box.
Uh-huh. Who made this control set?
MRC Genie, MRC.
Okay. Oh, wow. Here we go. This is a Climax?
Climax. This is an old NBC Shay that I kit bashed into a shop-built Climax.
Oh, wow.
On a flat car.
Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, she made it. I think she made it.
Oh, she didn't.
All right, Steve, what happened?
Here's the difference between DCC operation and battery power. DCC, that engine would have shorted because the switch was thrown against it.
Right.
Okay?
It kept running.
But with the real locomotive, if you run off the track, it'll keep going.
Right.
So that's what happened here.
So the switch wasn't thrown right.
The switch wasn't thrown correctly.
But because it was battery powered, it kept on running.
Kept on going. So.
Keeping it real.
Keep it real. You have an actual operation with this stuff.
Oh, yeah. Here she comes. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So let's run another one.
Here's an interesting train we might have overlooked.
What's that?
This little guy here.
Oh, yeah.
Just a really interesting. Get some other scenes we might have walked by. There's so many. We're just doing a little test running here and there. Now this layout is made for operations, right, Steve? You've got cards and cars and loads are dropped off at various places all over the layout with a card system and the whole 9 yards. So it's a real operating layout. And here's an interesting locomotive, whatever this may be, this little guy. And let's go see what I hear running in the background. Here's something running, so we're gonna get something else going here for you. And again, the op sessions are a lot of fun where trains are assigned tasks and there's cards for delivering to different industries, different loads, different places. Some many beautiful scenes. Here's a scene I think I walked by that I didn't see. Here comes one. Now, what, you scratch build this one, Steve, or?
No, this is a precision scale goose that I just replaced the back with the boxcar. Boxcar frame.
So where's the power? The batteries are in the goose or in the boxcar?
It's in the boxcar.
Okay. But it's got sound. Well, we got another locomotive in the way here. Yeah, little guy, meet head on. Well, we got a dead end there, so we'll throw the switch and put her in a siding. And away she goes. Back in the siding, out of the way, so we don't have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, Steve, I really appreciate this, letting me see the layout, and now you're turning it off. What are you doing? Just shutting it off?
Yeah.
Showing us the battery power. Let's show the viewer here. Let me get in here. And you basically just turned it off in there.
Yeah,
and you
just disconnected one of the poles on the battery.
And just put the lid back on.
Just put the lid back on.
But some of this stuff, like I said, all this stuff, a lot of this stuff has been battery powered for over 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not a new technology.
No.
Well, Steve, look, I really appreciate you letting me come out here and seeing the layout, and thanks for having me, and I really appreciate it.
No problem. Come back anytime.
All righty.